Being in alignment does not have to be difficult. It's either you learn to submit or you forfeit the process and miss out on what you should have learnt during the journey. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Esther ST. I hope that you're doing very well. In today's video, I want to talk about a very important topic that as individuals who are always transitioning and evolving into newness and who we are becoming, it's very important to understand what the word alignment means. And alignment is being able to be in position and being prepared for what is ahead of you or what is to come. And it's also agreeing with God, ensuring that what He's told you to do, you are in submission to it. Being in alignment does not mean that you need to have your life all together, but it does mean that you need to obey the calling that is on your life and submit to it. Now, in the season that we are in, we know how important it is to be in the right place at the right time. Most times, you may be feeling that anything will suffice because you are so desperate to see a breakthrough in your life. But in those moments of feeling out of alignment, you must ask yourself, if I take this opportunity, which I may not have prepared for or have just seen and thought that will help in this season, how will the outcome be? Anything that you decide on now, without taking the time to fully understand why you agreed to it, will cause a level of confusion and disappointment. But being in alignment with God is allowing your life to blossom the way He intended it to be. Now, when I think about Joshua, the man that overtook Moses, Joshua knew who he was because he was in alignment with God. To break it down, alignment can also be partnering with God, accepting God's call over your life, and believing that where He has placed you is where you need to be. How many of us at this time is struggling just to be still, trying to make the most of what we have, but the fear of we may not have enough or that scarcity mindset will cause you to go beyond yourself and do the most and end up in the same position again. When God has called us to be in a season of alignment, that requires a level of stillness. It requires a level of separation so that God can take you to where He needs you to be. Every single day, you feel like life is the same. Why? Because you're not in alignment to His will. Maybe you're restricting yourself from moving forward by filling your mind with doubt and fear. Maybe someone promised you an opportunity, but it didn't come through. Are you then going to lose yourself because of that? In my recent video, I spoke about the balance between God and man. And sometimes in life, we tend to depend on people for what we desire or for what we need. And the thing is, only God can fill the gap of our desires. You know where you are in the season right now. And it takes a level of strength and confidence and even vulnerability to say, I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't feel like I'm making the right choices, but I do need your help, Lord. A place where you acknowledge that you need assistance from someone that knows your life more than anyone else. Being in alignment does not have to be a struggle. You don't need to fight in your strength to get to the next level. Most times, God just wants to see how faithful you are in working with the small before He gives you the big. And everyone from all walks of life has to go through this. No one just becomes successful overnight. It takes time to build. And in those seasons of planning, you are also opening up your heart and saying, God, I want you to be in this area of my life. And in fact, all areas. For me personally, I can't pick and choose where I need God to be. Every season of my life, I need Him to be in there. Because I don't want to make the wrong decision and I don't want to make the wrong move. Being in alignment is not just about you telling God what you need, but it's about being confident that the first prayer that you've made, He has heard. And yes, there are moments where you do need to inform God again and again. But from time to time, learn how to embrace that silence. Learn how to embrace the season of peace, not stagnation. Because stillness is not stagnation, but it's actually preparing you for your next level. And if you don't believe it, learn how to listen to the stillness. What is the season of stillness teaching you? It may be teaching you how to slow down. It may be teaching you how to look after your mental well-being. It may be teaching you how to be accountable to your physical health. It may be teaching you how to set healthy boundaries. All these things are so important. But at times, the reasons why loneliness comes is because we're not in alignment with the one who knows us. We're trying to get other people's attention. We're trying to put ourselves out there when it's not our time to shine yet, because God wants to do a thorough work in us privately. We're trying to make things work according to our own timeline, but it's not working. Or we're trying to just accept anything because we feel the need to just take it because my season looks hopeless. These are all areas of your life that you need to surrender to the Lord with. You can't be in control of everything and expect God to move at the same time. Being in alignment does not have to be a struggle. It's not a battle. Only God can do things that you can't do. Only God can open doors that you cannot open. It is not for us to know everything about what God is doing in our lives, but we have to trust Him that even in the silence, He knows what He's doing. Being in alignment is not about you trying to figure out life. No matter who you are, you will never be able to figure out life 100%. Even if you tried, it will be too draining. But how many of us are feeling so depleted, so tired, because you want everything to be done your way, but you don't know that there's a better way that will supersede your way if you just let go. You know that saying, let go, let God? It speaks even louder right now. The world is going through so much. And how many of us are trying to make life feel comfortable? We don't want to go through the ups and downs. We don't want to go through the pain. There are moments where we ask for things, and when we get them, we complain because it's too much. But then there are other people that are wondering, even if it's just one blessing from what you have, they will be content. Don't fight your way out of the pain that you're going through. Learn from it, endure it, persevere, and see what you will become on the other side. Why do we struggle with being in alignment? Because of the world that we live in. And I don't even want to talk too much about social media because everyone has a different perspective on those channels. However, when you are in alignment, you should not be moved by what you see online. Just because someone does something, you also want to jumpsuit and do the same. How do you know that they didn't seek God to get to where they are? And what are you doing right now? Are you too much on social media, or are you too much in your word? Once you are in your word, there will not be any distractions to keep you bound, because being in alignment is about saying, Father, I want to do what you have called me to do. And the greatest blessings of all, and I'm speaking from experience right now, the greatest blessings of all is when I didn't have to force anything. When the opportunities came, it was moments when I didn't expect it. A referral, an email, a call, all these opportunities that come is because I've chosen to surrender. It's not to say that I don't position myself for more opportunities, but I do my part and I let God complete His part, because I honor God enough for Him to take the driver's seat while I am the passenger as I watch Him drive the car. I don't want to be in control of everything that my life has to hold. Life is beautiful, but it doesn't mean that I need to be in control of everything. It doesn't mean that I need to know every single moment of my life. And this is the reason why I really thank God for my husband, because he is a man that he does things in a way that he will surprise you and you won't even know that he's done something, because that is what a confident person does. There are people that don't need to tell you what they're doing. They will just do it as an expression of love and gratitude to you. This is exactly what the Lord does. By His love, He wakes us up every morning. By His love, He provides for us in ways unimaginable. Even those times where you felt like you couldn't handle it, it's His love that is sustaining you. So right now, what is it that you are struggling with to be in alignment for? Do you know that your obedience aligns to your promises and the breakthroughs that is in store for you? It's the obedience that gets you in alignment with the one that knows you best. It's not about you trying to make a name for yourself, but it is about God making a name for Himself through your life. Being in alignment is reminding yourself that I can't do anything without him. I can do all things with him. Even if I want to try and build a project or collaborate with people, I know that I need the wisdom and the favor of God to place me in the right season at the right time. And a very important prayer, ladies and gents, that we ought to be praying often is, Father, not only to grant me favor, but help me to be in the right place at the right time. Help me to know the people that you want me to be in alignment with. And together, may we build for you. May we not just be in alignment for our own gain. And this is why wherever you are right now in the world, whether you're working, whether you're running a business, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're looking for a job, you need to be intentional about what that season is teaching you. Because there's so much to learn in the seasons that we are in. But the question is, are we taking the time to mellow down and hear his voice? Or are we just speaking and speaking and speaking and expecting him to move? But when things start being out of alignment, you will take the time to listen to this video and wonder, this is where I need to be right now, in the presence of God, in the stillness of his peace. And it's that peace that surpasses all human understanding, which will guard your heart and your mind. It's not to say that you can't put yourself out there, but there truly is a time and a season for everything. There is. There's a time to work hard, but there's also a time to reap what you put in. Your life does not have to be a struggle, but you have to choose to surrender and say daily, I'm going to trust you, Lord. Even though it hurts, even if I have to cry, I will trust you, because seasons change. You could be down today, but tomorrow you're up. You just don't know the way your life is going. But you can know when you come in alignment with him, and he will share glimpses and visions with you on where he's going to take you. How many of us know where we desire to be in the near future? Or how many of us want to know where we are going? It's a big desire. You want to know when perhaps the cost of living crisis will end. We would never know. Who knows if it will even end? But regardless of whether it ends or not, being in alignment with the one that knows you is far more greater than being concerned with the things of the world. You can even have peace right now in the storm because your relationship with God is first. You are prioritizing what matters most. How many of us will compromise our standards or devalue ourselves because of something that looks great? At times we can feel so limited in our minds because we think that things are not happening the way we expected it. This is my lot. This is my fate. This is basically my life. You cannot base your life to say that this is what it is because you are not in the right place or you think that you're not doing well. Who told you you're not doing well? Who said to you that you're not achieving your goals? How do you know that the season that you are in is meant to be the best season of your life because the Lord wants you to enjoy it? As I said before in my previous video, I said that this is the season that the Lord wants me to enjoy my marriage. And I really can guarantee you, ladies and gents, when you get married, as beautiful as a blessing it is, there are moments where you just want to do and do and do. But I'm also learning how to be and enjoy and be still and embrace everything that I need to learn about marriage. And it is beautiful. There's no pressure. There's no need to perform in a way that is not authentic. It's just being who I am with my husband until the Lord reveals to us the next steps. So being in alignment is not about you going ahead of God. It's about you trusting that where you are is where you need to be. And you don't need to fight it. Don't think that you're not doing enough. Don't put yourself down like that. You are doing yourself a disservice when you do that. No one else is. You have the power to silence those voices. You can come off social media. You can take the time to mute certain messages. And you can be still with yourself. And you can enjoy your own company. So don't doubt the season that you're in. And don't think that you're not where you need to be. Because you are right where you need to be for such a time as this. I want you to be encouraged by this video. Take the time to slow down. Don't beat yourself up because you're not where you desire to be. And ask yourself, God, right now in my life, am I in alignment with you? Am I doing what you have called me to do? And if it is so, please give me peace to confirm. But if I'm not in alignment with you, please reveal it to me so that I can come back to you and surrender my all. The best gift I've ever given myself is surrender. And it has been the greatest because that's where my productivity comes from. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you definitely resonate with this topic or in a season of transition where you're trying to find yourself and find the purpose that God has for you, leave a comment below and I look forward to hearing from you very soon. Until next time, I'll see you in the upcoming video. Have a great day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.